Hey you guys! It's literally me. If you don't know, I'm Bunny, and sometimes I buy stuff, sometimes I say stuff, and sometimes I do stuff. And today we're doing stuff. We're coming to you live from the Gothic Farmhouse kitchen. This is going to be the first of what I hope is going to be a little series of drinks that are witchy inspired called Coven cocktails. The inspiration for this idea was this little book that I picked up called Witch's Brew. Witch's Brew is actually co-written by a guy that I had met in New York City the last time I went. He was the bartender at a speakeasy in Jersey City. His name is Steve. He's an adorable little 90s throwback that is very famous for making really awesome, flavorful, creative drinks. I actually got to have a handcrafted cocktail made by him when I visited him in Jersey City. He and another author wrote this book, and it has a bunch of little cocktails that are witchy inspired based on the ingredients and folklore. This is a beautifully done hardcover book that is available on Amazon, and I will link it below in case you are interested. It has full color photos of all of the drinks and a little story about each one of them, about how the ingredients kind of tie in with that like witchy theme. Beautiful, beautiful book on Amazon. So today we are going to be making one of these amazing drinks. The cocktail that we are creating today is called the Protective Circle. It is super apropos for the first video of this series. If you don't know, every time you do anything with spells or hexes, you want to create a protective circle around you to make sure that you can cast in a safe zone. When I was growing up, my parents, anytime they brought out cards or boards or anything where energy was going to like shift, we always sat around and imagined a protective circle around us, the house, underneath the foundation. It's just a way to protect anything that you don't want to come in and mess with your life. So the ingredients that you're gonna need to make this little cocktail are salt, blueberries, grapefruit, and vodka. Today we're using Kettle One out of my spooky bar. You're also going to need glasses, a martini shaker, all that kind of stuff, but we're just gonna jump right into it and get a mix in. God, so freaking corny. I have a feeling that's how most of this video is gonna go, so strap on in, guys. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your glasses and you are going to take some lemon and rub it around the rim of your glass. Now you should already know that lemon is a very useful ingredient in purification. So this with the salt is definitely going to purify your space and of course your insides. And then once you have the lemon juice around the rim of your glass, you're just going to put it in some table salt. Really, you can use any kind of salt you want. Like you can use the pink salt. This is actually some really fancy Celtic salt that my husband keeps. If you've watched enough horror movies or anything like that, you know that salt is the protective barrier for any type of supernatural or spirit force. Anytime you want to protect yourself from anything coming in, it's very common to spread salt along the doorway or around a certain area. So this is a very appropriate ritual for this cocktail. This cocktail calls for 3 ounces of fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. Now, I'm making a double because Hubs and I are going to be partaking in this together. We're using red grapefruit today. So you're just going to take that grapefruit and grind it into that juicer. You want to get all that beautiful, fresh, tart, sweet pulp out of there and just give yourself a nice glass of some really beautiful liquid, actually. Freaking smells amazing. I mean, like, I could make a joke about that, but we're all sick and twisted on here, aren't we? Okay, so there is your freshly squeezed grapefruit juice. You're gonna set that aside and we're gonna move on to the next step. You're gonna take your martini shaker and you're going to add about 6 to 8 blueberries in the bottom. I'm not really counting, I'm just kind of like, we're just gonna stick a bunch in there because I'm making a double. Ooh. All right, once you have your blueberries there in the bottom, you are going to take a muddler. Now, I don't have a professional muddler. I'm not a professional drink maker. So I do have this ice cream scoop that has a flat but also textured edge on the bottom. And I'm just gonna use that, and we are going to crush that stuff in the bottom of the martini shaker. Trying to release all of those juices. If you don't know, blueberries in Wiccan lore is a natural fruit that was ingested to ward off psychic infiltration. This is also another ingredient that is useful in protecting yourself. So when you're drinking this, you will be of a clear mind. I say clear mind, but this does have vodka in it. So, you know, take what you will. All right, you're just gonna muddle them enough so that you get this sort of texture in there. Yes, you are gonna have pieces of blueberry in there. You want that. But you're also gonna have all of these amazing fresh juices in there, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, now we're gonna get to add the ingredients together. So you're gonna use a jig, 1 ounce, half ounce. You're gonna be using the 1 ounce part today. And you're gonna measure the 3 ounces of grapefruit juice into here. Remember, I'm doing 6, so you're not gonna go see all that, but you just pour it right on in there. You're gonna take the same jig and you're gonna measure out 2 ounces of vodka, which is really like 2 shots per cocktail. But of course I'm using 4. Look at this adorable beaker that I got from the Dollar Tree. I put my vodka in there just to make it like a little bit more spooky. No, I'm not gonna add any extra, but you know, what you don't see on camera didn't happen. All right, I'm gonna go grab some ice and stick that in here. You've got your muddled blueberries at the bottom, you've got your fresh grapefruit juice, and you've got your ice. So you're gonna stick your lid on really tightly, guys. Please put it on tightly. I cannot stress this enough because I have had many accidents. And then you are just gonna shake that bitch up, get all of that stuff incorporated in there. I need like the Beetlejuice Deo music, you know? I love when the ice kind of mixes with everything and you get that condensation on the outside of the martini shaker. I like love that. Okay, so you go put some ice in your salt-rimmed glasses. And then you're gonna take your martini shaker and you're going to take off the lid and make sure that it has a strainer in there. Then you're going to pour. You might have to shake it a little because there is that fresh fruit pulp in there, but you should be able to pour out all of the juices. Pretend to be like Steve and get like super fancy with it. If he watches this video, he's gonna be like, girl, you are such a mess. All right, now that you have your drinks in the glasses, the next thing you're gonna do is just take a couple of those blueberries that you have left over, drop them in for a little bit of garnish. And then what I like to do is take a little piece of lemon wedge, and I got these really cute little bat toothpicks, and I'm just gonna stick that right in for decoration. Look how adorable that is. It's like a little moon. And there you have it. That is the end of the Protective Circle drink. Isn't this a little beauty of a drink? This can be used for happy hour. This can be used for a little coven gathering or whatever your heart desires. What would a cocktail video be without a little taste test? Here we go. Oh yeah. Sorry, Hubs. Kind of started without you. Getting the salt in your mouth and then getting that sweet blueberry and grapefruit juice is like such a great combination. It goes down a little bit too easy, guys, if you know what I'm saying. That's all I have for you today, guys. Did you enjoy that? Did you have a good time? I hope that you consider making one of these for your next little coven or Halloween gathering. I think it's a really cute, simple drink. You probably have most of these ingredients at your house, and if you don't, it's very easy to get. If you could comment down below and let me know if this is something that you enjoyed and you want to see more of, I am so glad to do some more for you. And if you could please like this video, it really does help me out. If you could subscribe so you can follow all of my creepy life antics, that would be the awesomest. I love you so much. I will see you on the next one.